If you're receiving college football recruiting camp invites and wondering how some athletes walk away with offers while others don't, then this video is for you. Whether you've attended camps already and didn't hear back from any of the coaches or are planning to go soon, I'm gonna lay out a proven 8-step system used by our athletes where 83% earn scholarships and 42% go Division I. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Richie Contartesi. I'm the founder of Next Play, and I specialize in transforming driven varsity football players into confident leaders, communicators, and businessmen so they can secure the best college football scholarships possible. And I make these videos because I understand the struggle firsthand. At just 5'7" and 150 pounds, I secured a D1 football scholarship in the SEC at Ole Miss, and now I want to share my journey and the lessons I learned with you so you can live your dream as well. Also, I have a gift for you if you stay till the end. So there are many different types of college football recruiting camps like showcases or skill camps or mega camps, but today we're gonna be talking about college recruiting camps that are actually on college campuses. And the reason being is because these are the type of camps that D1 college football coaches are actually allowed to be at. Some camps can be amazing and some camps can be a giant waste of time, but there's also some positions like kicker and quarterback where camps can be really important. Now, I made another video where I walk through how to decide whether or not you should go to a camp, and I'll put a link to that video in the description below. Step 1, outreach. If you're getting camp invites, that's awesome. However, you probably can get way more by doing outreach. So I want to implore you to do outreach to college coaches as much as humanly possible, because if you're already getting camp invites, that's good, but you can double and triple the amount of camp invites you're getting, which will be really important as you go through these steps, because you'll see that you need a lot of camp invites to actually find out which ones are truly interested in you. I've also done many videos on YouTube walking you through how to do outreach to college coaches, but I'll link a video in the description for you as well. Step 2, video. When you get a camp invite, you want to thank the coach for the opportunity to be there, and then you want to ask that coach if they've seen your video. This is going to be the first filter to determining whether or not this camp is seriously interested in you, or if you're going to be a numbers guy just to fill space and to fund the camp itself. And this is a really simple question that you can ask to begin the conversation. This is so important because you can use camp invites as an opportunity to start building a relationship with that coach. Because as you'll see later in this video, the relationship that you can build beforehand is really gonna help during and after the camp. Step 3, phone call. Once they've seen your video, the next step is to ask the coach to jump on a quick phone call so you can determine whether or not it's a good fit. Whether you're gonna be traveling or spending a lot on airfare or just spending a lot on the camp, it's important for you to ensure that these coaches truly want you to be there and that you can be a potential fit for their team. By asking this question, you're gonna find out real quickly how much interest they have in you. It's important when asking this, you can ask, I could speak with you or another coach on the staff. This will allow you to find out why they want you to be at camp. Sometimes it's a height or a weight check. Sometimes they really want to see your 40 time, or they want to see if you're coachable, or your motivation level, your character, your leadership, your work ethic. There's many different reasons why they would want for you to go to a camp, and it's really important that you know why they want you there before you get there so that you can make sure you're prepared and perform at the best level possible. Now, I did promise that I would give you a gift, and so I'd like to offer you a free copy of my book, In Spite of the Odds, where I share in depth, step by step, the system I use to earn a full Division I athletic scholarship in the SEC at just 5'7", 150 pounds. I share a lot of the mistakes I made and the things that I also wish I would have done differently. So I poured my heart and soul in this book, spent about 2 years writing it. So if you'd like a free copy, just click the link below, and all I ask is that you cover shipping. Step 4, schedule a meeting. So they've watched your video and they've had an opportunity to meet and speak with you. The next most important thing is to schedule a meeting with that coach after the actual camp. This way, they've had a chance to meet you beforehand, they're gonna get to meet you during the camp and figure out whatever it is that they were looking for, and then after, it's really important to have that meeting so you don't just leave, but you can follow up and ultimately try and secure an offer. You can also get feedback on what you may need to do to get better and show that coach again that you're coachable. Step number 5, stand out. There are effort-based things that you can do, and there's things that are out of your control. The most important thing that you can do at a camp outside of building relationships with the coaches is stand out. What makes you unique? What makes you different? Now, there are things that you can control, and then there's things that are out of your control. What I want to focus on are the things that are in your control. Effort, discipline, leadership, being in the front of lines, not jumping off sides, running around and hustling, playing with passion and having maximum effort on every play and in everything that you do. Introduce yourself to every coach with a real handshake and make sure to show genuine interest in their program. What I found is that when you do all the little things and effort-based things right, the play follows. It makes it so much easier to play well. Now, obviously, our motto in our company, Next Play, is all about focusing on the play in front of you. So when you get at the camp, it's introduce yourself to the coaches with a strong handshake. Be at the front of the lines during warm-up. Do every rep with passion, with purpose. And then when you're on the field, it's just, hey, I just gotta catch the next ball. I gotta make the next best throw. If you're a DB, I gotta make the next best coverage. Just one play at a time. Don't worry about the whole camp. Don't worry about the meeting after. Don't worry about everything that happened before. Just execute the one play in front of you to the best of your ability with maximum effort. Now, there are also a couple other things that you can do to stand out. However, I don't know necessarily if it makes that big of a difference, and I've talked to multiple coaches and get mixed feedback, but this would be things like wearing neon colors or being especially vocal or loud to stand out. I would say if it's not in your personality, don't do that. Now, if you're saying, well, I'm shy and I don't feel confident going up and speaking to a coach and shaking their hand, then that's something you absolutely need to do and work on as becoming a confident communicator. And that's something that we do with our athletes. I'll leave a link in the description below. Step number 6, your meeting. The meeting that you have with the coach after the camp is so critical and so important, and 99% of athletes never do this. But this is your opportunity while emotions are high, while you're in front of the coach in person, for them to truly get to know who you are, and for you to also be interviewing and to get to know who the coach is, the program, what they're looking for, and how you can provide value, right? Where's the challenge that that coach is currently facing, and how can you help him solve the challenge? Remember, it's not about you, it's about the coaches, it's about the program, it's about helping them win and become a better program. And when you're asking questions about what they're looking for, what are you looking for in the position that I play? And after watching my video and seeing me at camp, how do you feel like I can help fill that void, and why they think you may be a good fit? Step number 7, ask. Most athletes, for some reason, when it comes to asking for what they want, just don't. Whether you feel shy or you feel like you're annoying, it's okay to ask for what you want as long as you do it appropriately and not in a pushy and rude way. Tonality matters, and everything that you've done to build a relationship with this coach before and during the camp and then in this meeting really matters. And that's why all of these steps matter, and you can't miss one. Because you asked all of the questions in the last step, it's only going to be natural for you to ask a very simple question. Coach, I've really enjoyed this camp. I really enjoyed being here on campus, and I'm really interested in attending your school. Are you going to be offering me today? Again, I know it's going to be very scary, but the coaches more than likely already know whether they're gonna offer you or not. And the reason you wanna ask is because if they're on the fence or they already knew they were gonna offer you, of course they're gonna extend it, but also to find out what you can do in order to get an offer. This is probably the most important piece. Just because they're not gonna offer you right now doesn't mean they're not gonna offer you in the near future. So it's really critical that you ask this question, and if they say, we're not gonna offer you right now, you have the ability to ask the next most important question. Which brings me to step number 8. If they're not ready to offer you, it's so critical and important that you ask what you can do in order to get an offer. And then don't let them give you a bunch of fluff. Coaches are really good at sales, and they're really good at giving you fluff. Make sure they give you something actual, tangible that you can do and show for it. So if they start giving you fluff, hey coach, I really appreciate that. What specifically can I do to be able to get an offer? And make sure it's something tangible that you can do. Then record yourself doing it, tag the coaches on X, and also send them reports and updates of what you're doing. This shows that you really care, you're committed, and you're willing to work and show progression over time. Just a few things to keep in mind. If coaches aren't willing to respond to you at all throughout this entire process, then you're probably more than likely a numbers guy to them, and they probably haven't seen your video. So more than likely, you're not being heavily recruited at that school. Again, this is a great opportunity to use that camp invite to get in front of the coaches to get them to watch your video. But whether or not you should go, that's obviously up to you, whether it's worth your time or worth the money. Now, I hope this video provided you value, and if you want to watch more videos like it, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification. And if you want to watch the entire video on how to choose which camps you should go to, then you're going to want to watch this video right here.